Yo, what up my body shop bots? So I'm coming at you today with a 2 million armour unbreakable build. Pretty standard once again, just another build I run in PvP. It's a bit more team orientated. It's running the survivalist specialization, giving you the med kit that buffs your team or heals your team, the flame grenades and stuff like that. The survivability on this build is just insane. So yeah, let's get on with the build. So yeah, for my chest piece, I've got a Fenris chest piece. The one piece gives me 10% assault rifle damage. I've rolled 170k armour on it. I've got 6% crit chance, 12% crit damage, a 12% crit damage mod. The talent on it is unbreakable. For me, unbreakable is the meta fucking talent. Nothing really compares. Nothing really gives you the survivability. And with the 2 million armour that you've got in the build, it's pretty stupid to go for anything else really. Once your armour breaks in PvP, you get 50% armour back. So in total, you've got 3 million armour. Even though the TDK is pretty high at the moment in PvP, maybe needs a little bit of nerfing. I'm not too sure. It seems to be in a good spot if I'm honest. You've got loads of survivability with adrenaline rush on the backpack and that as well. It's pretty good. The survivability on it, especially with the survivalist medkit giving you 100% armour over 5 seconds, you're getting that armour back. You're just a tank, basically a tank that can do damage. Now if you wanted to, you could also run the perfect spotter chest on this. Because I've got the Night Watcher mask in this build, I'm constantly pulsing, so you could run the spotter chest, giving you 20% amplified damage to pulsed enemies, also giving you 2.1 million armour, or you could run a Fenris spotter chest. This one here, I've got 170k armour on it, 6% crit chance, 12% crit damage and spotter. Probably I'll go with the Fenris one, so then you're not relying on them enemies being pulsed. So you're still doing that 10% damage from one piece of Fenris, but it's up to you. You go either way, but in my eyes, ideally you want to go for unbreakable, just because who doesn't want an extra 1 million armour? It's as simple as that. So for my backpack, I've got a Grupo Sombra backpack. The one piece is giving me 15% crit damage. I've rolled 170k armour on it. I've got 12% crit damage, 6% crit chance, and a 12% crit damage mod. The talent on it is Adrenaline Rush. Whenever you are within 10 metres of an enemy, gain 10% bonus armour for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So you get, if you've got 3 enemies fighting against you, most of the time you're fighting a server or at least a 4-man team, you've got 3 players close to you, you've got 30% armour, which on this build is 600k. That's every 5 seconds. With all the med kits that your boys are popping and that, it's OP. Now you could run the Walker named backpack, the Perfect Adrenaline Rush one piece will give you 5% weapon damage. I personally like Grupo better. It depends, there is a bit of a debate going on whether or not this is the better one to run. This gives you 12% instead of 10%. So if you've got 3 enemies up close to you, you've got 36%, which is about 700k armour every 5 seconds. So it's debatable really. Do you want to lose the bit from the Grupo? It's debatable. My jury's still out. My verdict's still out on this one. I'm not too sure, but it's up to you. You can run that one if you want, or you can run the Grupo. Yeah, test it out, try it out, see what you think really. So for my mask, and this is what kind of makes this build, is a Night Watcher mask. It's a Gilligard perfect a Night Watcher mask. It's one piece, gives me 5% total armour. I've rolled 170k armour on it. The perfect talent on it is 100% scanner pulse haste. Got 10.8 crit hit damage and a 12% crit hit damage mod. Basically, this little mask is a beast. Also brings our armour up to 2 million. But the reason why you're running this is because it makes your pulse come back so quick. As you can see here, it's an 8.8 second cooldown on the pulse. I have got a skill haste mod in there, 6.4 or something. I can't even see the fucking screen there. 5.6 or something like that, but 8.8 seconds. The duration is 9.6, which in PvP would be about 4.8 seconds. So yeah, every 4.8 seconds you prop flatline, which gives you 15%. We know what flatline does. Gives you 15% amplified damage to pulse enemies. And as you can see there, conflict cooldown 53 seconds, which is okay. I don't play conflict anyway. But yeah, The PvP duration, that's the only thing that fucks it a little bit. But as I say, you're without a pulse for about 4 seconds, but you've got to keep pulsing. You've got to make sure you're on the ball and constantly keep pulsing. But what we're doing at the moment is 3 of us are running survivalist. All 3 of us are running pulses. Most of the time, the players are always pulsed. We're popping different med kits for each other. Happy days. So for my holster, I've got a Seska holster. 10% crit hit chance from the one piece. I've rolled 170k armour on it. 12% crit damage and 6% crit chance. In my eyes, this piece needs to be in almost every AR build just to bring you up to the crit, round the crit chance cap. Now, best in slot, contractor's gloves. The one piece of it is their Petrov, and the one piece talent doesn't really do fuck all in this build. It's 10% LMG damage, it's useless in this build. But I've rolled 170k armour onto it. 8% damage to armour and 12% crit damage. The reason why we run these gloves and the reason why they're best in slot is that 8% damage to armour. The other best in slot, Fox's Prayer. Once again, the one piece attribute is useless, 10% rifle damage, but I've rolled 170k armour onto it. The reason why we run these in the build is 8% damage to targets out of cover, and I've got 12% crit hit damage on it as well. So yeah, them 2 are best in slot. You could maybe run 2 walkers or something like that, bring you up a bit more crit chance. It's up to you, especially if you're running the walker backpack, maybe run walker knee pads or something like that. So yeah, for my gun, as usual, in most of my builds, I've got the FAL. I love this thing. It's accurate, it's stable, it's a beast. I've got 18% weapon damage from my expertise, 15% assault rifle damage, 21% health damage, 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the talent I'm running on this FAL is Flatline. Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. Obviously you're pulsing every 8 and a bit seconds. If you've got this talent procced without having to use the laser pointer. So for my secondary, I'm running another FAL with Ranger on. I've got 15% assault rifle damage, 21 health damage, 10% damage to targets out of cover, the usual. And the talent is amplifies weapon damage by 2% for every 5 meters you're away from your target. Ranger is an underrated talent in the game. I don't see a lot of players running it. It's a fucking beast. At 30 meters, you're getting 12% amplified damage on every bullet without having to proc anything, without having to pulse, without having to do anything. It's an ideal little weapon to have. If they're pulse resistant or you haven't got a pulse at the time, switch to this and use this. You could also run a shotgun, you could run an SMG, you could run whatever the fuck you want, really. Once again, don't run a purple pistol, run the orbit. The reason why is because you change to this little pistol, you shoot an NPC in the edge, you one tap it in the edge, you change back and you proc this talent perfect finisher, which gives you 35% crit hit chance and 40% crit hit damage, which is mental. It'll bring you up to 60% crit hit chance cap, and it brings you up to something like 200% crit hit damage on this build, which on a tank build, it's nuts. You have people shouting Cronus, you're doing too much damage to this build. I think they think fucking there's a damage glitch still or something, because players constantly say, oh, you're doing too much damage. That's because I've just proc finisher, mate, and then fucking melted your ass. But yeah, so don't run a purple pistol, run the orbit, don't be a sheep, man. So for the specialization, and what really makes this build is the survivalist specialization. You're running this really, because I'm running a team, I'm running it for this armor kit. Every 5 seconds, instead of instantly repairing your armor bar, it repairs your armor bar over 5 seconds. But the med kit is also applied to any team members that are within 20 meters, which is beast for PvP, especially if you're fighting as a close-knit group. As you can see from this footage here, me and my team all run a survivalist, so we're all popping med kits, taking a bit of damage, and as you can see here, I'm taking a med kit, and then it's healing my teammates as well. They're then getting armor. It's almost like running a healer. They're doing it, they're helping me. My mate's taking a med kit. I shouldn't really have been taking one at that point, but he's able to be able to survive. Technically, in that position there, we should be fucked. We've got our back to the walls, we're buggered. We've got, what, 6 players there, and they're all pushing in on us, and we're still able to outlast them, outgun them, outlast them, and it's all because of their med kits. The one thing that I didn't do in this clip is use enough fucking fire grenades. I'd only really started running this build. At that point, I should have been spamming the fire grenades, putting them under fire and suppressing them, really. Yeah, so that med kit is an absolute beast in a team situation. And then, as I've just mentioned, then the grenade on this build is an incendiary grenade. You can shut down areas, you can suppress enemies, you can stop them from firing at you. It's basically about controlling the battle, controlling where you want them to go and where you want to stop them from going. Ling a grenade behind them, ling a grenade to the side of you. Even if you've got a gang of fucking zombies chasing you, ling it on the floor. And one of the talents in the survivalist tree is 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects to your group members. So if they're burning or they're on bleed or the game loves status effects, your teammates are doing 10% damage to them players. I've got 15% assault rifle damage on this build, 15% sniper rifle damage, and 15% SMG damage. You can have whatever you want, really. I put the 15% sniper rifle damage because quite a lot of the times I will swap out to the Nemesis, just because the Nemesis is OP. If you crit and tap the guy in the head, you can still one-shot him on a 2 million armour build. That's how fucking broken it is. Another talent there is while in cover, 10% skill haste, which is pretty good to get your pulse and your decoy back pretty quick. And another one, gain 5% armour per second for your current weapon while performing cover to cover in combat, which, fuck me, you could be there for days trying to do that to get an AR back. I'm guessing that's more for snipers and shotguns and stuff. And for the skills, I run a decoy with a pulse, the perfect couple. It's like fucking Brad and Jen or whatever the fuck celebrity couple there is. It goes so well. Drop a little decoy, do a little flank, awesome. Also, you could run a booster hive. At the end of the day, it's a bot community. Players are dying once, screaming cheat, screaming fucking Cronus, and putting on a skill build. So most of the time, you're probably going to have to lose that decoy and put on a booster. This skill is an absolute beast and a lifesaver because it will cleanse them status effects. You've already taken a little bit of damage, then pop a med kit, heal you, heal your team, push a little skill bot and get them the fuck back out of the game. It's as simple as that. The booster is a must-have once you've probably gone mana, because by that point they've changed the skill builds. It's as simple as that. The only thing it won't combat is the broken ass fucking trap. And at the end of the day, you're killing yourself anyway. They ain't even getting the kill. They're just salty little bitches running a shrapnel trap because they can't do fuck all else in the game. Skill bots, be gone. Cancer. Ugh. So yeah, the pulse, the main one in this game, on this build, sorry, is the scanner pulse. 8.8 second cooldown, 9.6 duration, 110 meter effect radius. I love this skill. I run it on all my builds, even without the Night Watcher mask, just because I can plan and see where the players are. It's as simple as that. But on this build, it procs flatline, and it procs your other friends who are running flatline in the group as well. It's just a beast, really. I love the scanner pulse, and with the decoy, it's the perfect combination because they don't know where you are and you know exactly where they are. So you can get up behind them and just melt the little bastards. So the statistics or the particulars on this build are 53% crit chance, 166.8% crit damage, 75% headshot damage, 8% damage to armour, and 18% damage to targets out of cover. I don't know why they don't show that on the stat screen. Just fucking retarded. What, the game's been out 3 years and they don't send that shit? It's mental. So we've got 28% all weapon damage, 40% assault rifle damage, bits and pieces really. It's all self-explanatory as a tank build at the end of the day. You're not putting out massive damage. We've got 2,019,000 armour, or 3 million armour of unbreakable. And yeah, that's it really, guys. It's a tank that crits, buffs your teammates, gives you the pulse, gives you all the bits and pieces. It's got everything you need. If you prop finisher, you get 200% crit damage and a 60% crit hit chance cap. It's an absolute fucking beast. So yeah, that's the build, guys. 2 million armour, kind of team build. You run it in a team. You can run it solo if you wanted. If you're running it solo, I would probably recommend putting on Firewall. Or if you're Rogue Police, you can still run Survivalist because you'll be buffing all them 7 other people that are running with you. So it's up to you. That's the build, guys. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. It's a Carthagis build with a fucking Night Watcher mask on running Survivalist. That's it. Pretty self-explanatory. But it's ideal because you've got flatline, you've got this, you've got that. It's a beast. So yeah, once again boys, like, comment, share and subscribe and all that fucking bullshit. And until next time, Bazzers out.